Good day to our young philosophers. So before we start with our lesson, we have here our objectives for our lesson. Number one, recognize how individuals form societies and how individuals are transformed by societies. Number two, compare different forms of societies and individualities. Number three, explain how human relations are transformed by social systems. And lastly, evaluate how social systems are transform human relationships, and how societies transform individual human beings. So, for the past few weeks, we have discussed the freedom of the human person. So, based on our topic, on our lesson on freedom of the human person, we've discussed that human person exercise a certain degree of freedom, 'di ba? But remember class that our freedom is not absolute, 'di ba? Freedom entails responsibility. And one of the characteristics of freedom is the ability to make choices and decisions in life. So therefore, we should be prudent and careful on making choices and decisions in our life. And of course, last week we discussed the topic intersubjectivity, in which we discussed that the human person is considered as a social being, meaning we are able to relate and to interact to other people, and it is a must and it is important to establish a genuine interaction to our fellow human beings. Now, let's move on to our new topic. The human person in the society plays a vital role in promoting the universal idea that humans have roles and responsibilities in their respective community and in the society as a whole. So this will be our topic for today, the human person in society. So we have here for module number 7, still part of lesson number 14. So let us let us answer this question. What is society? And what drives human beings to establish societies? Now, please take note that the human person by nature is considered as a social being. When we say social being, it means the ability to relate and to interact to other people. Remember class on our discussion for intersubjectivity, 'di ba, that no man is an island. 'Di ba? Parang hindi natin kayang mamuhay ng isa. Likas sa atin to interact, 'di ba, to other people. That's why we are considered as a social being. Now, throughout a person's life, he or she experiences a variety of relationships that help shape him or her as a person. So, say for example, when we say variety of relationship, say for example, di ba, your relationship to your parents, or your relationship to your siblings, or your relationship to your friends, to your classmates, or say for example to your boyfriend or girlfriend, or to your teacher, advisor, and all those different or varieties of relationship, di ba, help you or shape you as a person, di ba? Now, let us define society. Society is an organized group of people whose members interact frequently and have a common territory and culture. Society also refers to a companionship or friendly association with others, or it could be an alliance, a community, or a union. Now, philosophers consider society as the product of deliberate actions by individuals who come together in pursuit of a common goal. So, ibig sabihin, when we say product of deliberate action, that means sinadya ng mga taong magsama-sama para makabuo ng isang lipunan o ng isang pamayanan. Ng pangunahing layunin ay para sa ikabubuti ng lahat. That's why it's highlighted here in the pursuit of a common goal. As individual persons, members of society are able to transform themselves and attain development through their interactions within society. And in return, humans are also able to influence society throughout or through their actions. So parang it's a give and take relationship. Naiimpluwensyahan ng lipunan ang tao, and in the term, naiimpluwensyahan din ng tao ang kanyang lipunan, yung kanyang society. Now, society and its various aspects provide support that ensures the development of the human person. Dito ngayon, papasok ang mga tinatawag nating mga social institutions like church, education, religion, government. So, yun yung mga social institution na tumutulong for the development of the human person. Also, society provides opportunities to further growth sa human person in the coming years. Now, let us discuss this important theory related to our lesson, and that is the social contract theory. Remember, class, we have discussed this last month when we discussed the topic freedom of the human person. Okay, now going back. During the Age of Enlightenment, if you still remember your lesson in world history, social philosophers studied the natural laws that govern human societies. So we have here three Enlightenment philosophers like Thomas Hobbes, John Locke, and Jean-Jacques Rousseau. They were among the most prominent or popular social theories who tackled the origin of human society. So we will discuss the point of view or perspective of these three philosophers. So let's start first with Thomas Hobbes. So what is social contract theory according to Thomas Hobbes? So this is Thomas Hobbes. Thomas Hobbes is an English philosopher. So according to him, persons in their natural states are governed by their desires and those often lead to conflict with their fellow men. So ang sabi niya, likas daw sa tao na nagkakaroon ng conflict o hidwaan sa isa't isa dahil sa mga desire o kagustuhan ng mga tao. So dito ngayon papasok class ang society o ang lipunan para magkaroon ng kaayusan o magkaroon ng order. Sabi nga dito sa second bullet, society is a means by which people seek to control their natural tendencies and impose order. So just imagine, di ba, na binuo ang society para magkaroon ng order at ng kaayusan. Kasi kung halimbawang wala ang society, there would be chaos, there would be anarchy. So dahil nga may society binuo para magkaroon ng order o kaayusan, kailangan ngayong pumasok ang society, ang lipunan at ang mga mamayan sa tinatawag nating social contract. Social contract is an agreement where individuals sacrifice an amount of their freedom and submit to a higher authority. When we say contract agreement, kasunduan, so meaning may mga bahagi ng karapatan ang tao na kailangan niyang isurrender sa society, okay, or sa pamahalaan, and in return, may kailangan din namang gawin ang society or in this case, ang pamahalaan para sa tao. Parang it's more of a give and take relationship. So, Thomas Hobbes is the writer of what we call as Leviathan. So, we have here the cover of the book written by Thomas Hobbes is Leviathan. Leviathan class means a sea monster. So, dito sa librong The Leviathan, kinumpare ni Thomas Hobbes ang leader na dapat mamuno sa isang society, sa isang Leviathan o sea monster na dapat katakutan. Diba? Nung kailangan magkaroon ng order. At mangyayari yung order, okay, kung ang leader na mamumuno ay somehow na stricto or authoritarian para mapasunod niya yung kanyang mga nasasakupan. Now, the second philosopher is John Locke. Just like Thomas Hobbes, John Locke is also an English philosopher. So, ano naman yung pananaw ni John Locke when it comes to social contract? So, for him, he believed that persons in their natural states are more cooperative and reasonable, and that society is formed to the consent of the individuals that organize it. Dito papasok class yung tawag nating consent of the governed. So para sa kanya, ang tao likas na mabuti. So bumubuo sila ng isang lipunan na merong consent o may pahintulot mula sa kanila. So parang ano siya, medyo opposite ni Thomas Hobbes, 'di ba? Remember, kay Thomas Hobbes, ang tao daw ay punong-puno ng desire, selfish, makasarili. At kung walang government o walang society, magkakaroon ng order, ng disorder, magkakaroon ng chaos, kaya kailangan ng society. Para naman kay Jean-Jacques, ang tao daw ay likas na mabuti. Okay? So, binubuo daw ang society o ang lipunan na may pahintulot o may consent yung mga mamamayan o yung mga tao. Now, Locke's social contract is a covenant o kasunduan among individuals to cooperate and share the burden of upholding the welfare of the society. Now, remember, isa sa mga magagandang sinabi rin ni Thomas Hobbes that people have the rights to overthrow a failed government. When we say failed government, ang ibig sabihin nun is a government that abuses its power, a government that is poor in its governance, a government that fails to deliver its services. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng failed government. So para kay Jean-Jacques, may karapatan ang mga mamayan na patalsikin o paalisin ang isang isang palpak na pamahalaan. So siguro yung nangyari for example na mga revolutions or uprising, all of those things, 'di ba? They were inspired by the teachings of Jean-Jacques. See for example, what happened during the American Revolution? 'Di ba? It was inspired by the teachings of Jean-Jacques. Second, the French Revolution, it was also inspired by the teachings of Jean-Jacques. Basta kung halimbawa ang pamamahala ay masama, hindi mabuti, may kakayahan ng mga taong bayang patalsikin siya. Bakit? Okay? Under the social contract of Jean-Jacques, let us analyze this diagram. So we have here the people and we have here the government. So say for example, the government is being ruled by a king. Of course, at present time, di ba, the government is being ruled by a president or a prime minister. So remember class, the power of the government comes from the people. So tandaan nyo yan ang kapangyarihan, anumang kapangyarihan meron ng namumuno sa pamahalaan, galing yon sa taong bayan. Kasi ang nagluklok sa pwesto o sa posisyon sa pamahalaan ay ang mga taong bayan. Kung wala ang mga taong bayan, wala silang kapangyarihan. Anumang kapangyarihan meron sila dahil yon sa taong bayan. Now, in return sa binibigay na kapangyarihan ng people o ng mga mamamayan sa pamahalaan, it is the duty of the government to protect their rights. Protektahan ang karapatan ng mga mamamayan. So, ito na sinasabi natin mga anak na give and take relationship na parang kontrata. So, people will give power to the government and in return, the government should protect the rights of the people. Ano ba yung mga rights ng mga people? Say, for example, education, their human rights, right for livelihood, right for freedom of speech. Marami yan. Now, say, for example, the government misuse their power. Inabuso nila yung kanilang kapangyarihan. Then, the people has the power to replace or overthrow that government. So, yun yung tinatawag nating social contract theory. Okay. The third one is Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Jean-Jacques Rousseau is a French philosopher. He advocates the concept of general will. It is based on the assumption that the people have empowered the government to act on their behalf and that is considered to be the best judge of what is most beneficial for society. So dito ngayon papasok class yung ginagawa natin ngayon, di ba? Na parang we elect leaders and on their behalf, dahil binoto natin sila ngayon ang magre-represent sa atin, sa mga needs natin, sa mga pangangailangan natin, kaya sila gumagawa ng mga batas para sa atin. So meaning, they represent the people, di ba, sa government. Another one is social conduct theory as viewed by John Rawls. So we have here John Rawls. For John Rawls, he believed that human beings approach social cooperation in a rational manner in order to meet their individual self-interest. He introduced the concept of original position in which he imagined humans as having a veil of ignorance, no knowledge of one's own characteristics such as gender, race, or social status. In this state, humans would naturally seek a just and fair society to look out for their own interests. So, yun no. So, dahil nga naghahanap ang tao ng mabuti, naghahanap ng tao ng ikabubuti niya, naghahanap siya ngayon ng isang society o ng isang pamahalaan na tutugon sa kanyang mga pangangailangan. Siguro, no, this explains why kung bakit yung mga tao, di ba, madali silang mabulag o mapaniwala kapag may politician na nangako na they would bring heaven on earth, di ba? Madali silang mapaniwala kasi nga likas sa tao, di ba, na mag-seek ng ikabubuti niya. So, remember that although there are variations on the social contract theory, one common feature they all have is that different individuals enter into a kind of agreement with one another to form a society. And individual members put aside their self-interest in order to create a community where they may live in harmony with others. It is also important to note that society is founded on the concept of the common good. The common good refers to the social conditions which enable persons and groups to fulfill their goals and achieve well-being. So ano ba yung example ng mga common good? For example, peace within the community, a clean and safe public spaces, or an efficient transport system or efficient public service. So remember class na binubuo ang society, ang pinakapundasyon ng mga society o lipunan ay sa ikabubuti ng nakararami. So we will continue our discussion on the next part of this video.